Let's just go right into it. This is F101, episode 9. This is the Canadian preview, and my cat has left my lap and is now shunning me for no reason. Um, I, as always, am your host, Max. I'm joined by multiple people. This might be one of the most packed houses we've had, uh, at least recently, starting with Andrew.
Hello, howdy, I'm back.
Nat is also here.
I feel like this is normal, but Hannah's normally in Andrew's place.
Yeah, true. That's true. And Dave.
I mean, fries because I'm fried.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yes, this is our crew for tonight. Sam may be showing up. Hannah is seeing Obsession, so she will not make it. And Atticus is meowing a lot. I hope he's not coming through the mic.
Wants to join.
It's okay, baby. Well, he tried to hop up on my laptop and then he missed. And I think he's a little embarrassed.
Got things to say.
Happens to the best of us, buddy.
Atticus, who's gonna win in Canada? Oh, now you want to be silent.
You know,
All
have you
right,
ever
all
seen
right.
that the hat that picks the cards? You should totally do that with him, but like on the cards have all of the drivers.
I don't know if he would.
Like flip it, tap
You'd
the
have to
card.
get it at like 10 p.m. when he gets really that's when he gets his zoomies. Is right when we're all trying to go to bed. Usually, is right around when he gets really energetic. So anyway, he's gone now. I don't know where the hell he went. It's Canada. The weekend schedule is the exact same times as Miami. Practice 1 is tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Sprint qualifying, it is a sprint weekend, is tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. The sprint is Saturday at noon. Qualifying for the race is Saturday at 4, and the race is Sunday at 4. It is in Montreal, I believe. And it is a fan favorite track and it's a street circuit that's quick, scenic, and has plenty of overtaking spots. It's a really good track, one of the best, honestly. It is built on an island on the St. Lawrence River. And while it is a street circuit, it's like not as heavily trafficked like somewhere like Baku, which is like in the main street in the capital, or like Monaco or something like that. But the track is 4.3 kilometers long. It's 70 laps. It's a long one. And the whole race totals at 305 kilometers. Bottas holds the record here with a 1:13.078 from back in 2013. That was in a Mercedes. That was not in a Cadillac. And the average lap times last year here were between a 1:14 and a 1:17. And Russell had the fastest lap with a 1:14.119. And also he won. And but before we talk about anything else related to Canada, we need to mention two very important things about Canada. One, it is the home race of Lance Stroll. And so therefore I am implementing, Dave, you have to actively root for Lance Stroll this weekend.
Okay.
That is a rule. And we will all be watching the race together, so I will be able to keep you honest.
Oh God. Oh, can I do it? Oh, okay. Do I have to be genuine?
You have to try a little bit.
If it rains, I'll root for Lance Stroll. For sure.
There's a 60% chance of rain on Sunday.
I love rain Lance Stroll into complete utter disappointment. It's like having a Ferrari all in one guy.
Yeah, it is. Or you could just watch Leclerc. And then the second thing I want to mention about Canada is that the United States did, in fact, beat them for the gold medal in hockey in the Olympics this year. I just felt that was important to bring back up for any of my Canadian listeners. And moving right along to last year. Last year in Canada was the site of the McLaren incident, quote unquote, the incident, which saw Norris ram into the back of Piastri, and that was his car. That wasn't a fan fiction moment. And it ended Norris's race and kept Piastri in fourth after the team were kind of on the back foot that we can compare to Mercedes, who are always strong here. I've said that a few times this year, and I said it a lot, I think, last show. I don't know what it is about Canada, but it's a really strong hunting ground for Mercedes. They always do so well here. Probably their best track. It's going to be big for both drivers coming in, as it gives Russell a really good opportunity to gain some ground on Antonelli and kind of stop this downward skid he's on. It also gives Antonelli an equal chance to improve his lead. Antonelli's first career podium came here last year, and he definitely earned it, despite the Mercedes advantage. Um, and I know a Mercedes 1-2 has been elusive the past two races, but I would be surprised if it didn't happen here. Question is, of course, which Mercedes is going to win. And I think it could go either way, and that's without whatever drama the sprint could cause. They're also bringing a major upgrade package to the car. They didn't bring one in Miami. They are bringing one this weekend, and they targeted this weekend specifically instead of Miami, and that could lead to enough further lead increase for the cars. And I think they targeted this weekend because they know they're strong here. So if the upgrades don't do all that much, they'll be able to compensate for it.
It's going to be a Kimmy sweep. Let's see it. Let's what does George Russell do if it's a Kimmy sweep?
I don't know. He'll win in Monaco, which is what Lando did after. Monaco was actually before Canada. Never mind. The schedule is different this year.
It is. It do be.
I don't know what
I
he'll
mean,
do.
at
We'll
what
see. We'll get
point?
another really good picture of him looking really angry while taking off his helmet.
Yeah, I mean, at what point do you, George Russell, start like really starting to try to fight back, or just give up?
I don't think he'll ever give up.
Just. Well, how about this? When does Mercedes give up on George Russell? They go, oh, yeah, he's old. He's what, 20, 27? He's old as shit. It's over.
Never.
New era.
Unless Max Verstappen comes knocking.
Which you
I
could.
don't think they're
And
gonna.
they'll say, George Russell, you're old as shit. Let's bring in Max
Yeah.
Verstappen.
Who's old?
Who's young and spry.
Yeah, I think they're the same age.
Are they actually?
I think they're, if not, they're close. Someone fact check me. And then while that's happening, we'll move on to McLaren, who are chasing Mercedes and using the Mercedes engine to do it. And they're going to continue their improvement from Miami. They're bringing some updates to the car, so that's something to look out for. They're very good at developing a car throughout the year, as we've seen. So they're bringing some upgrades to the car, and they were really good last year here. Not as good as Mercedes or Max Verstappen were, but they were great. And I think one McLaren is likely going to be on the podium. I think your podium is looking like two Mercedes and one McLaren. But which one? And could it possibly be both? I don't think it's going to be both because of Mercedes' history of success here. But I wouldn't count either of the two McLaren drivers out. The incident last year will kind of be maybe in the back of their minds, but I don't really think it'll affect anyone's performances. It would be really funny if they crash into each other again. It could just be a Canada thing. And if Mercedes is way faster this weekend, it doesn't necessarily mean that McLaren fell off. It's just that Mercedes Canadian magic. So I think you're really looking at top three, at least two Mercedes and a McLaren. Maybe you get, Mercedes 1-2, McLaren 3-4. So that is, I think they're going to do pretty well here. I don't know if they'll do as well as Mercedes, but I still think they'll do pretty solidly.
A lot of McLaren glaze. No respect for the Ferraris. Also have your answer for the age. Max Verstappen is like 6 months older, but
Okay.
the Google has just gone downhill. The AI says he's 28 years old, being born on September 30th, 1997. That is oh yeah, that's 28 years old. I can't do math. Never mind. Anyway,
September
some of the
30th?
people also ask.
Wait,
Yeah.
Max Verstappen was born on the 30th. That's Mitchell's birthday. That's my brother's birthday.
Oh damn. Well, he's exactly
Well,
6 years older than your brother,
yeah.
or 7.
6.
Some of
Mitchell was
the
born in
people also
05.
ask, what is the age gap between Max and Kelly Piquet?
Like 10 years.
Who's LGBTQ in F1? Good question.
All of them. All of them. Next question.
Is Max Verstappen a millionaire? No. What?
Yeah,
Who was the
definitely.
biggest romance in F1? Do you think this is like my problem? Why is there so many slash fit questions on here? Is
It's
Well,
this
definitely a you thing, Dave.
I
if you look up
think
an F1 question, is that people also ask, is
well,
there any female in F1?
it sees you're American, and it's like, well, this guy doesn't know anything. So
This guy just wants to know, why did Susie Wolf stop racing? And my answer to that is I don't know who Susie Wolf is.
that's Toto Wolff's wife.
Oh shit.
Wow.
This
That's
guy.
The
sad, actually.
founder
She's her
of
own woman by two Max. Check yourself
Dave
before
hates women
Susie Wolf
confirm.
comes in.
Dave hates women confirm.
Oh, God.
Well, anyway, it's funny that you bring up my lack of faith in Ferrari because here's what I have written verbatim for Ferrari. The first few sentences here. Ferrari needs to get their shit together. I'm so tired of writing that they should be good in every race preview and then breaking down their failures in each race review. Sure, that's the Ferrari way, but come on. This year especially started with a lot of hope, and they've only gotten worse. Leclerc was strong in Miami, but lost at the end, and Hamilton was fighting for his life. And they're really inconsistent as well. They got a double podium in China. Leclerc was on the podium in Japan. They didn't get anything in Miami. Maybe it's parity. Maybe it's Maybelline. Probably it's just Ferrari. They are also bringing some upgrades to the car, but with Ferrari, I think that's more of a fear than anything. And we will see how they do. I don't think they're getting on the podium. I have no faith in this team. I It took me till what is this, the fifth race? So 5 races in, and I'm out. I'm out on Ferrari until they can win. They win a race, they win me back. But until then, I'm out on Ferrari.
All right, everyone pick Ferrari on your podiums.
Let's go. Big Ferrari moment. We're gonna have the biggest Ferrari win since 1917. All right, this is gonna be
1917.
their. When was the last time Ferrari was actually good? Okay, ever. Don't actually answer the question. It's rhetorical. Uh, this is gonna be the race. Andrew's right. You know what? They seem to absolutely just curl up into a ball and shrivel up whenever there's any competition. They were so happy when their only competition was Mercedes, and they could just say that car's way too good. Now they have any competition, they cry. So what's
Yeah,
the only option? Take out the competition, buy out McLaren, sell it for parts, win the
I,
the WDC.
I don't think Ferrari can afford McLaren if we're being honest.
Probably
Um,
not, but they could like do like a what's it called? A fundraiser, a little
oh,
GoFundMe.
yeah, GoFundMe, crowdfund it.
Help Ferrari buy out its competition.
If you
The
donate a
American
thousand
way.
dollars to Ferrari's GoFundMe, you get to throw one item of choice at Zach Brown when they buy for McLaren.
If you donate 100,000, you get to drive a McLaren for a race, and they'll just have those donors go in and out.
For the race.
Yeah.
They'll have to amend the rules because you can only start 4 drivers at any time.
Well, after you drive, I assume you die on the track because you don't know how to drive an F1 car. So
At least you
I'm
get
sure,
injured. It'd be like extreme circumstance.
yeah, for every single race, for every single driver.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, we'll start the Ferrari GoFundMe so they can buy out their competitors and then they can just win every race. They'll still lose, by the way, but
Yeah, probably.
at least we're gonna try.
Yeah, I think,
uh,
put me in a Mercedes, you know what? I think I could beat Lewis Hamilton. You can quote me
I'm
on
not.
that.
I will put you on that. I could put me in a Mercedes. I could beat Lewis Hamilton. Quote.
Doesn't have to be an F1 car. Any Mercedes. Buy me Mercedes, and I can beat Lewis Hamilton.
We're gonna put you in a G wagon, and then we're gonna go make you go around the hairpin at Monaco at full speed. And if you don't tip the car over, you get to keep it.
I've drifted a 40-foot long bus. I can do anything.
I don't think it was on the narrow hairpin.
No,
They
it wasn't
look
a
like
parking
Mini
lot used by
Coopers on
cops.
that thing. Okay, those cars are low to the ground.
Oh yeah, the buses are pretty high up the ground, so G wagons are too.
Yeah. So anyway, when this takes off and I get like really, really famous, that'll be one of the first things we do.
Good.
That'll
I'm
be
looking forward
I'll
to
do
it.
that before I take everybody to a race.
I'm looking forward to my death. To
I'll
the
say
last
nice,
time.
say nice things. I'll say nice things about you.
Good. Say
Moving
things like,
on from Ferrari before we keep talking about you dying. Moving on from Ferrari is Red Bull. They're gonna continue to look. They're gonna look to continue the progress they made in Miami. Uh-oh, my OBS just randomly disconnected. That's concerning. I have no idea. Can you guys still hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was a weird glitch. We'll see what happens in like the video replay. But anyway, it's like raining really hard over here. Anyway, we'll see. We might have to speed run the rest of it so I don't lose internet connection. Anyway, Red Bull, they're gonna look to continue the progress they made in Miami. Verstappen was a lot happier in the car, while Hadjar kind of fell off the pace, and then obviously he crashed, as we all know. But I think the difference between the two is more of the Verstappen difference than the second seat curse. You could argue those are the same thing, but I talked about it last show. Why I think the difference between the two was so big. Hydra is going to bounce back, and I expect him to be back in the upper points at a point this year, if not very soon. I don't think any updates are on their way for the team, but that's probably good and allows the drivers to kind of feel out the car more in its current state, find what they need to change going forward. I have opened Steam on accident. Uh I have high hopes for Verstappen especially, but for Red Bull, I think they're gonna do all right in Canada. I don't think a podium for the race is really on the cards, but I do think they're gonna have a pretty solid performance.
Do you think we see another Red Bull spin out?
I hope not. I hope not. Right at the start
It's
again.
like,
Well, if it
I mean,
rains, I think
it's
it'll
gotta
be
happen if it rains, right? I mean,
it'll be the first wet race. Miami, they didn't actually race in the rain.
if it rains, how many DNS will there be? 10?
No, 7.
Like,
5.
yeah. I mean, we know the Aston Martins will not finish in the rain. As good as Lance Stroll is in the rain,
They
it's not
might finish.
happening.
Technically, they might finish in the rain because the car's not going as fast, so it won't like vibrate itself to death.
Vibrate.
Yeah,
It's a smoother ride. It was built
yeah.
for the rain. It was built for a flooding.
Hey, man, it's a boat. Of course, it's built for the wet. Of course,
The
it's
Red
gonna be
Bulls, though,
good.
they will be spinning out over and over
It's
again.
gonna be a disaster. Max is
That
gonna drive
will
the whole race in reverse.
just you can't get past them. Everyone, it's going to be a stance. It's going to be the longest race because it's just Max Verstappen in front in P10, but everyone else is still behind him because he's spinning the whole time as he's lapping around the track.
He's just throwing up because he's so dizzy.
Just 4 more laps, Max. How many revolutions is that? 100? You can do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Red Bull's gonna do. I've got high hopes for Red Bull, not podium hopes, but high hopes. Um, Below Red Bull is Alpine in the standings, and they're gonna be looking also to keep their progress going from Miami. Colito was great in Miami, and while Gasly was taken out of the race, he definitely could have done well despite qualifying really poorly. The car's clicking, I think. And while it's not fighting for podiums, it is a major improvement from the team that was so bad last year. And they're going to need to keep their pace up in order to stay atop the midfield, which they currently are now.
Yeah, we talked about this last time, but with McLaren back and Red Bull doing some stuff, the spots for points are quite slim for us midfield teams. So I'm glad we got our lead now. and now it's just getting 1 and 2 pointers every, and that's basically all we can get with those top teams up there.
Until Max spins and
Yeah,
crashes
until Max
everybody
spins.
and
Until Max meat spins all over the track.
oh no, don't no Max Verstappen.meatspin.eu and just tell me what comes up when you type that into your search bar.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
very
not
important.
responsible.
.eu, not .ru. .ru will get you something way worse.
Yeah, .ru is a whole. We don't want to go into the .ru. Meatspin.ru. It's a whole can of worms there. Literally. Anyway, speaking of the midfield battle, 5 points, only 5 points behind Alpine or Haas. It's a lot, and it's also not a lot at the same time. They had a terrible, terrible time in Miami. They're going to want to forget that and just focus on what's ahead. There's some rumors about Ocon on his way out. Those are just rumors, and I don't know how credible they are. Ocon himself said that they were just fabricated stories. Allegedly, he's having a lot of disagreements with Komatsu, and they're having a big falling out. And combine that with his, bad performance against Behrman, and you get why these rumors are in place. Haas kind of seems like a bit of a mess right now, just due to their lack of performance lately. And I don't really know who's going to replace him. I don't know who would replace Ocon. And if he does leave halfway through the year, I do think that would probably be the end of his time in F1. But right now, Haas just kind of need to focus on getting back to where they were in the first few races, and then get Behrman scoring again to bring the fight fully to Alpine.
I did see a Sonoda option for Haas.
See, I don't know because he's Honda back, and Haas is sponsored by Toyota, and so I don't think they do that.
But do they have an
might.
option?
I also think
Well,
that Yuki is
Doohan is
gonna be
their
more expensive.
reserve driver.
Yeah. They also have this kid in F2 that they might want to bring up, like Kamara or something like that. He's like a Spanish kid.
Mm-hmm.
I saw his
Because
name be the most likely option.
like Behrman's not even the driver, right? He's on loan.
Yep, pretty
So
much.
they have it's like nothing.
He's not like on loan. I mean, he is their driver. He's a Ferrari Academy driver and will probably go to Ferrari, but it's not like Red Bull Racing Bull situation.
Okay. It's not like Ferrari can just call him up whenever. Although they probably could.
They probably could, and he would do it because it's the smart thing to do. But in theory, no.
In theory, they would probably have to buy out his Haas contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I believe
That makes
that
sense.
it's like, accepted that he's going to be going to Ferrari when Lewis retires.
So they have until the end of the year.
I don't know. Lewis
Pretty
just
much,
gave Lewis just did a whole thing about how he's not leaving anytime soon. And he posted on Instagram.
They all say that.
Get used to it. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
They all say that
I
until
think
Lewis
Ferrari
gets
has
P7 for the 20th time.
I think Ferrari has their own reserve driver who they would probably use. In like
Isn't it
if Lewis was
isn't it
out for a race
Joe?
or whatever. Yeah, it is. It is. Joe Guan Yu. So that would be like a one race thing. If Lewis retires mid season, which he wouldn't do, they would probably pull up there. I don't know. They might be able to pull up. I mean, then what does Haas do? Haas is screwed.
Yeah.
Bottom feeders, let's go!
Woohoo! No future. Woo! Would you rather have Haas's future or the Colapinto future?
The
Haas.
Colapinto feature has MILFs in it, so
True.
I know what I'm gonna pick. All right. Moving on from Haas is Racing Bulls. They have been the subject of some off-track talk. Some people think Red Bull should sell the team. Zach Brown specifically is on the warpath about this lately, They claim that it's an unfair advantage, even though it's been like beat to death. The teams are completely separate, and Red Bull bought the team from Minardi. The FIA was begging them to buy the team because, or else the Minardi was going to go under, and then F1 would permanently lose a team. And it was way before the sport was popular, um, or as popular as it is now, I should say. So Red Bull saved the teams, and I get the reason, like people's reasons for not liking it, but there's no proof of inter-team conspiracy, and who would they even sell the team to? As far as performance goes, they had a horrible time in Miami, much like Haas did, and they're going to be looking to undo that in Canada. And I am excited to see what Lindblad and Lawson can do, because when given the chance, they've been quick, and they've been racy, especially Lawson. You won't be able to, Lawson, Liam, you won't pass me without damage, Lawson. So I hope that they're a little competitive. Give us some entertainment.
It's crazy to think that we thought Liam was out of a job at this time last year. Like, no way he could ever pull it back.
I
And
know.
here he is. He's still here. He's still going. Will he have a job
And he
next
looks
year?
good.
Who knows? But he could. Yeah, he could still have a job next year. He could still have a future. He's hanging on by a thread, though.
I think he will. I don't think they're gonna demote Hadjar and put Liam back in there.
No, no. It's just I think if Liam has a future, it's proving himself on this team and going somewhere else. Maybe to us.
Yeah, maybe.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Hey, Liam would be good. Better than Ocon.
That's true.
That's fair.
Concon's
So-
dead weight over there.
Better than Ocon. But Liam would also maybe get into fights with Komatsu, so who knows? Anyway, following the Racing Bulls is Williams, who are feeling pretty good after a double points finish in Miami, and they're going to want to keep that going. They still have a long way to go just to meet where they were last year, and I don't even know if they can at this point, but they've started their recovery, and they're going to want to keep at it. And I think they're going to keep recovering. I don't know if they're going to meet where they were last year ultimately, just because of how bad the start of the year was. But this was also around the stretch in last year when Albon started to have a really hard time in the car. So hopefully they don't, duplicate that, and they bring home a solid performance in Canada. I think Albon cut across a corner and hit someone last year here. He had a bad time in Canada.
I mean, to catch up, they'll have to have some of last year. They had a lot of very surprise, high scoring performances, high placing performances, and we just haven't seen that be a possibility for midfield teams this year. The top teams, as long as they actually finish the race, are always above the midfield.
Yeah, so it's gonna be we'll see what Williams can do. I think they're gonna be all right. They're gonna be okay. But I don't know. They got to go against Alpine, and that's not easy. Not easy to fight the kings of the midfield, Alpine. Following Williams, I've got Audi, who are still searching for answers. They seem in a weird flux state. The car is really inconsistent, but they do have two good drivers. The updates are small, though, and their performance hasn't been enough. I know it's the first year under the Audi name, but I really want more from this team. And that's kind of all I have to say about them. They just feel like they're a mess. And every time they do something different, it doesn't really seem to work. And that's just how it is at Audi right now. Hopefully we'll have some better news for them in the coming weeks. Hopefully they get a good performance in there eventually. They do have points, so it's not impossible, but it's gonna be tough.
Very surprising to hit points, and they're also just so boring right now. Just
Yeah.
in the back with Cadillac. You don't want to be in the back with Cadillac. Nothing happens back there.
Yeah, speaking of Cadillac, they're just working on their own pace right now. They want to get in the points, and they believe that they can, but the pace over a full race completely falls off. And that's likely what they'll be targeting with upgrades to the car. But I don't think Canada is going to bring a miracle for the team or anything like that. But they also don't need one. It's expected they're going to be slow, and that's okay. We all want to see them in points, I think. I think that's pretty standard among all of us. I think we all want to see them get there eventually, but it's not happening yet. And that's fine. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. And finally, our coveted final spot Aston Martin. They are bringing upgrades to Canada. And these upgrades have been paired with the words quantum leap and major breakthrough. But what does that mean? And will they actually improve? I don't think so. I don't think these updates are going to do anything for them. In fact, the way they've been going this year, I wouldn't be surprised if they got worse. Their disaster of a year, I'm fully expecting to continue. But just seeing these articles about like Aston Martin's people are like, these upgrades to the car are a quantum leap in the car's development. It's going to be a major breakthrough for like the performance. I'm like, is
We're going to be
it?
competing with a Cadillac.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
What
As
an
much as I
honor.
want to see a Cadillac score points, I'd never want to see an Aston Martin score point. I think it'd be
Not
so
even
funny.
Fernando. Not even Fernando.
I don't want to see. I think it'd be so funny if they never got a point.
That'd be crazy, especially after last year where everyone did score a point. Like every team.
Yeah, but I think it'd be really funny, and also I also remember last year's Lance Stroll was somehow ahead of the points of Alonso because Alonso kept on getting P11. So why not
Well, Alonso
none
also
of
kept
them be able to
crashing.
get above P11? That too.
Well, Alonso kept crashing. So, yeah, that's Aston. I'm not expecting anything from their quantum leap of an upgrade. And God, if they suck in Canada, it's going to be so funny. After all this talk, I mean, they're not going to get in points anyway, regardless. But it'll be so funny if they're somehow worse.
Can I root for
But
Lance Stroll by rooting for his downfall?
we'll see what mood I'm in on Sunday.
Okay.
If I'm feeling generous.
If it's not
Uh,
raining, I'm rooting for his downfall. I'm rooting for
what if
his
it rains here?
his, his tires be crying. Which
It's a
issues,
rating.
I'm gonna be crying the whole race.
All right. My Discord has broken again, so I just stopped the stream. But we're still recording, so it'll go up on YouTube.
So they can
Hello?
hear the string of sentences I'm about to say. But Max
Yeah,
didn't hear it.
I don't
Maybe
think
they're
anyone got any of that, to be honest. I don't know what's going on, but it's just the stream was not working. So anyway, it's still recording though, so we're still like going. We're just not live.
Okay, say your thoughts, everyone. Now they're not live,
I'm
and
not
Max
doing
can
any
edit them
editing,
out.
so don't say your thoughts. Um, and one final thing that I want to end on is ADUO. That's additional development and upgrade opportunities. ADUO is used for teams that are so far behind that they're allowed to develop their engine mid-season in order to catch up. They have to be more than 2% behind, but less than 4% down on performance, compared to the leader, which is Mercedes. And the first monitoring periods is rounds 1 through 6. So this is round 6. And there's a potential for ADUO to be allowed for teams behind Mercedes starting after this week. Any upgrades from ADUO can be implemented anytime in the next period, which is from Monaco to Hungary. We'll have more on this next week probably, but it is something to just keep in mind as we move on into the future and into the next few races and the next few weeks in the sport. Expecting to see a lot about that. People are already talking about it as well. So that's ADUO, and that's our Canada preview. Does anyone else have anything else they'd like to say before we move on to pick the podium in this devolving episode?
Yeah, Bush. You know Bush?
Like George or Barb?
Yeah.
Kate? You mean Kate Bush?
No, George Bush. Kate Bush ran up the hill, and George Bush, he did it.
And Kyle Busch
George Bush
just
did it.
passed away like a few hours ago.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard
sad
Jeb Bush
note.
said, please clap at his funeral. I was going to.
Not Jeb. Not Jeb.
Jeb.
Kyle Busch was a NASCAR guy, so it's racing.
Yeah.
He was hysterical on the radio. One of my favorite radios from him is just him being like, "Every week I hate this shit. I hate my fucking job." I'm like, "Yeah, man, me too."
You know who else is racing adjacent? George Bush.
What do you want to say about George Bush?
Well, he's a racist, so that's kind of like racing adjacent, isn't it?
George Bush, yeah, he doesn't care about black people.
He doesn't care about black people. He also did it. That's all I have to say.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out pick the podium stuff. All right, let's move on to pick the podium before we get into too much.
All right.
All right, we're gonna do sprint, and then we'll do the race. Or do you want to do them both at once? We'll do them both. I think we did them both at once last time, right?
Do not remember.
All right, we're doing them both
I
at
was
once.
not here for the last sprint.
So Sam is in first, so he gets to go first, and so Sam's predictions for the sprint are Hamilton. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Hamilton, followed by Antonelli, followed by Leclerc. And then his race prediction is Antonelli, Piastri, and Verstappen. So he's got quite the lineup here. He's got the double Ferrari, he's got the no Russell. Clearly he's thinking big things, big gains for Antonelli this weekend. I'm up next, and my sprint, I'm gonna have Verstappen winning the sprint. He's doing it just for me because it's on my birthday. And I think that's gonna give him a bunch of extra pace. Then Russell in P2, and then Norris P3. And then for the race, I have Antonelli, followed by Russell in P2 and Piastri in P3. I think both McLarens are getting on the podium this weekend, but they're going to split the race. Kind of like they did last week in Miami. So, next up is Nat.
All right. So for my sprint, I think I'm gonna go Lando, Oscar, and Kimmy.
Okay.
For my race, I am gonna go Kimmy,
All right.
Lando, George.
All right. Antonelli, Norris, and Russell. Sounds good. Who's next? Hannah would be next, and she has in the sprint Piastri, Norris, and Antonelli, and then in the race she has Russell taking the win. The first Russell pick, Antonelli in second, and Verstappen in third. Nate is next, but he's only given me one prediction. I don't think he knew it was a sprint, so I'm assuming this is his race prediction, which is Russell, Norris, Leclerc. I don't know what his sprint is. He has not responded, but I also know he's at work, so that is all right. Andrew, you are up. You did text me yours, but if you would like to change it / just dictate it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. It's a bold prediction to double down that for those who are unaware, I had the same lineup, sprint and race. We're gonna change that to also because every time I put Norris on the podium, he bungles it. So we're gonna go sprint, Kimmy, then George, and then we're gonna go Verstappen.
Okay.
And then in the race, we're gonna roll with the original. We're gonna go Kimmy again, George, and Norris. I think Mercedes is too good in Canada to not have them on the podium.
I would agree, and so would just about everybody else. And finally, Dave. What you got?
All right, I'm gonna preface this with I look at the F1 like official like drivers just to get ideas for these, and damn, they're really high fidelity and they look way uglier than I remember. All of them. Okay, so P3, I got yeah, for the sprint, I got Nico Hulkenberg. P2, I got Fernando Alonso.
Okay.
And P1, I got Lewis Hamilton.
The old guard.
The old guard.
The old men.
I picked everyone with the wimswept hair that makes them look like they're going fast, but it slowly recedes their hairline. So Nico Hulkenberg's got wimswept hair, then it goes further back. You got Fernando Alonso, and then you got even further back, and you got Lewis Hamilton. So there you go. He's so fast. His hair, his forehead is as big as his whole head.
Yeah, well, Lewis, you should look up Lewis before and after his hair transplant.
Well, I'm also looking at Pierre Gasly in this picture right now, and damn, his wig looks beautiful.
I think his hair actually grew back after his hair transplant.
Yeah, he has some good hairs in there. I mean, he looks unnatural. Okay, for the race, I'm picking some wet boys, and
oh no! Oh god!
so P3,
so you've got P3, you've got Dave, and then P2, you've got Andrew, and then P1, you've got me.
Yeah, some wet boys, especially when I'm crying on Sunday. P3 got Esteban Ocon. He looks pretty wet. He's also smoldering the camera. P2, where's the wet boy? Oh yeah, Lindblad. Lindblad is wet as hell. His hair looks really wet. He looks like he's kind of upset about it though. And you know who to put for P1 for wettest boy.
Leclerc.
No, I didn't think about him, but his hair looks kind of dry. But our boy in wets.
Oh, Lance Stroll.
Yeah, of course. He's always wet.
All right. Oh, well, there's
it's
your
like Keaton
race
Powers.
There's your race predictions. I do have a style points prediction here from Hannah, and then one for myself as well. And then Andrew and Nat, you guys are welcome to make one. Originally, the rule is you have to be here in order to make a style points prediction, but I get to override that rule whenever I want to, so I'm overriding it for Hannah this week. And that's just what I get for being. I make this show, so I can do whatever I want. So Hannah's style point prediction is that Lance Stroll will DNF in the sprint and the race. He's gonna get a double DNF on his home turf. My style point. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said that makes sense.
Yeah, my style points is that a driver in a relationship will be photographed with a striking stripper.
Did this happen?
I saw this.
Strippers in Montreal are striking this weekend because it's the busiest weekend in the city, and they are being like, the way that they get paid and stuff is really bad. It's like really awful, and they're treated really poorly.
Oh.
And there's like, I think there's like some kind of law or something like that. I don't know all the details, but all of the strippers in Montreal are striking this weekend because it's the busiest weekend for the city. And so I think that a driver in a relationship is going to be seen hanging out with with a striking stripper.
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that
we
makes it too big.
support stripper. All right. Anyway,
You made it too big. I made it too big. I was gonna say we support our striking strippers. I'll change the word style points to we support our striking strippers. Here we go.
I have no style points predictions.
No worries, Matt.
No style. No movement.
We support our striking strippers.
I didn't prepare one. So I think I'll let it slide.
All right.
Just because I'm curious. I really hope that your style prediction comes true. That's hilarious.
That'd be really funny. and then Aston Martin gets accused of tanking is interesting. Is it tanking if they just suck and people point it out?
I'm just saying that this is the Qs. This is the Qs. They're Qs. So they can get the AU whatever. That's why they're talking
AUO?
about this yeah, that's why they're calling it this quantum leak. Hey guys, we're trying. We're trying not to get the additional upgrades.
They're already
But
in Europe territory. Everyone
that's
knows
what I'm
that.
saying. But they're gonna stay there on purpose. They're gonna pull Lance Stroll in for a practice to make it a practice session just so that he keeps his pace low.
So they're basically just going to be begging for calls. So what you're saying is Aston Martin and the Oklahoma City Thunder are the same team.
Yeah, except that Oklahoma City are like they could
Except,
win the championship again, and Aston Martin will never win anything.
I was going to say, except people actually like Aston Martin.
That's Aston Martin is more like they're more like the Wizards, you know?
Aston Martin also does not have a potential top 10 first round draft pick next year.
Yeah. What does Aston Martin have actually?
They have a lot of money.
Aston Martin is the Lakers without Luka and without LeBron. It's just Bronny James leading the team. You know?
So the Lakers
Hey.
next year?
Yeah.
No, LeBron's going to do one more. He's going to do his retirement tour. And then, so the Lakers in 2 years.
Well, it's
Yeah,
actually
but he's
just the
not going to
Lakers with
do it.
the.
He's not going to do it in LA.
Okay.
It's
Aston
unconfirmed.
Martin is the Lakers next year when LeBron James is washed and Bronny James is doing his best. So you know LeBron is
LeBron's not
Fernando
going to be
and
watching. He's going to go study with the Chinese monks Wemby studied with, and he's going to come back and win a championship.
LeBron's gonna do steroids to get him build back up there. He's
He's
never
going
gonna
to
leave.
join the. He's going to do the enhanced games. Have you heard about this?
Oh yeah,
I
I
have.
have yeah.
Sponsored by Peter Thiel, by the way. Which is
Oh good.
freaking crazy. Anyway, before we get too into that, that is the show. Any final thoughts before I end this?
I hope LeBron gets big for me.
All right, there you go. Thanks. We'll see you
Oh
next
my
week.